Historical background of key international borders and travel advice. Borders around the world are more than mere lines on a map. They are historical, cultural, and political landmarks that have shaped human interaction and development. Each border tells a story of alliances, conflicts, migrations, and cooperation. For travelers, understanding the history and unique characteristics of these borders can provide valuable insights and ensure a smooth crossing experience. This video explores some of the most fascinating borders globally, delving into their historical backgrounds and offering key travel advice. India and Pakistan. The border between India and Pakistan was established in 1947 during the partition of British India. This division led to massive migrations and communal violence. The most notable crossing point is the Wagah Atari border, known for its daily flag-lowering ceremony. The India-Pakistan border remains one of the most volatile in the world, marked by frequent ceasefire violations along the line of control, LOC, in Jammu and Kashmir. Political tensions, military skirmishes, and unresolved disputes over Kashmir have perpetuated hostility. Cross-border terrorism and infiltration are ongoing concerns, straining bilateral relations. Recent efforts at diplomacy have been sporadic and fragile. Travelers should exercise caution due to periodic tensions. Visa requirements are strict, and border crossings are limited to specific points like Wagah. Ensure all documents are in order and avoid sensitive areas near the line of control, LOC. Finland and Sweden. The Finland-Sweden border is part of the Schengen zone, allowing free movement. Historically, these nations were under shared rule during Sweden's dominance over Finland until 1809. For travelers, this is a relaxed border with minimal controls. Travelers can cross easily, especially by road or ferry, carry identification as required under Schengen regulations. USA and Mexico. This border stretches over 3,145 kilometers and has been a focal point for migration, trade, and security concerns. Significant crossing points include Tijuana, San Diego, and Ciudad Juarez, El Paso. The USA-Mexico border is characterized by complex immigration challenges and heightened security measures. Issues include illegal immigration, drug trafficking, and human smuggling. The construction of border walls and advanced surveillance technology has been controversial. Migrant caravans and asylum seekers frequently face harsh conditions and legal hurdles. Trade disputes and environmental concerns also influence border dynamics. Travelers should expect stringent checks at official crossings. Visa or ESTA requirements apply depending on nationality. Avoid unofficial crossings due to security risks. Portugal and Spain. Portugal and Spain share the Iberian Peninsula with a long-standing peaceful border since the Treaty of Windsor, 1386. This is one of the oldest demarcated borders in Europe. Part of the Schengen zone, making travel seamless. Drivers and pedestrians can cross freely, but carrying identification is recommended. Guinea, Liberia, and Côte d'Ivoire. These borders have witnessed tension and instability, especially during civil wars in Liberia and Côte d'Ivoire. Trade and migration are common despite challenges. The border regions among Guinea, Liberia, and Côte d'Ivoire are frequently affected by political instability and conflict spillovers. Disputes over resource control, especially in mining and logging areas, exacerbate tensions. Cross-border migration for work and trade is common, but often unregulated, leading to challenges in monitoring illegal activities. Additionally, ethnic and cultural ties across borders complicate efforts to address smuggling and trafficking. Travelers should always check security advisories due to periodic unrest. Border posts can be informal, so ensure proper documentation. Nigeria and Cameroon. This border has been contentious, especially around the Bakassi Peninsula. The International Court of Justice settled the dispute in Cameroon's favor in 2002. Despite the ICJ ruling, tensions persist due to disagreements over resource control and the implementation of the decision. Additionally, the border regions face security threats from Boko Haram and other insurgent groups, leading to displacement and humanitarian crises. Smuggling and unregulated trade further complicate the situation. Travelers should be cautious due to security issues in northern regions. Always use official border crossings and adhere to visa requirements. Nepal and India. This open border allows unrestricted movement for citizens of both countries. Historical ties date back centuries with shared cultural and economic interests. Foreign travelers need proper visas for both countries. Check local regulations for border towns as conditions can vary. China and Macau. Macau is a special administrative region, SR of China, with its border governed under the One Country, Two Systems framework. It retains separate customs and immigration policies. Ensure proper documentation for both regions. Expect thorough checks at immigration points. Argentina, Paraguay, and Brazil. The Triple Frontier is a hub for commerce and tourism, notably near Iguazu Falls. Historically, it has been a convergence point for diverse cultures. Travelers should always carry identification and necessary visas for each country. Be cautious of petty crime in border towns. Netherlands and Belgium. This border is intricate, especially in Barley-Hertog/Barley-Nassau, where enclaves of each country exist within the other. Historical agreements have shaped this unique arrangement. Crossing is seamless under Schengen rules. Explore the unique enclaves but respect local laws. Guatemala and Mexico. This border is a key route for migration and trade. The Suchet River forms a natural boundary with multiple official and unofficial crossing points. The Guatemala-Mexico border faces significant challenges from migration flows, as thousands of Central Americans attempt to cross into Mexico on their way to the United States. Human trafficking, drug smuggling, and corruption are prevalent issues. While Mexico has increased border enforcement under U.S. pressure, humanitarian concerns regarding the treatment of migrants persist. Travelers should ensure proper visas and use official crossings. Avoid unofficial routes due to security concerns. Italy and Vatican City. The Vatican, an independent city-state, lies within Rome. Its border is symbolic, marked by St. Peter's Square. There is no formal checks for entry, but security screenings are in place for visitors to Vatican sites. Sitting room in Malaysia and kitchen in Indonesia. The village of Sabatik Island uniquely straddles the Malaysia-Indonesia border, dividing homes and spaces. Residents cross freely, but foreigners need proper documentation. Respect local customs and regulations. Morocco and Algeria. This border has been closed since 1994 due to political tensions. It remains heavily guarded. The Morocco-Algeria border reflects deep political divisions over issues such as Western Sahara, historical grievances, and regional competition. The closed border hampers trade and separates families. Occasional skirmishes and mutual accusations of interference further strain relations. Efforts at reconciliation have seen limited success due to entrenched positions on both sides. Travelers cannot cross directly. Flights or alternative routes must be arranged for travel between the countries. Nigeria and São Tomé and Príncipe. Separated by the Gulf of Guinea, there is no land border. Relations focus on maritime agreements. Travel is primarily by air or sea. Ensure valid visas and adhere to maritime safety regulations. North and South Korea. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, is a heavily fortified border separating the two countries, North Korea and South Korea's. Despite occasional diplomatic talks, the border remains one of the most militarized in the world. Cross-border exchanges are limited, and the humanitarian situation for families separated by the border is dire. North Korea's nuclear ambitions and South Korea's alliances further complicate the dynamics. Tourism to the DMZ is possible through guided tours from South Korea. Entry into North Korea requires strict approval, and unauthorized crossings are highly dangerous. Always follow official advice and regulations. Libya and Europe crossing. The Mediterranean Sea serves as the border between Libya and Europe, with Italy being a primary destination for migrants. This crossing has become a focal point of migration crises due to instability in Libya and the influx of people fleeing poverty, war, and persecution. The Libya-Europe crossing is marked by humanitarian crises as thousands attempt the perilous journey across the Mediterranean in overcrowded and unsafe vessels. Smuggling networks exploit migrants, and European countries have implemented strict policies to curb illegal immigration. Rescue operations often face logistical and political challenges, with debates over asylum policies and burden sharing among EU nations. This route is extremely dangerous and not recommended for travel. We strongly advise that migrants should avoid the Libya-Europe crossing. Other interesting global border, Diomede Islands, USA and Russia, only 3.8 kilometers apart, but separated by the international date line. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan known for their intricate shared history and Silk Road heritage. General border travel tips for travelers. As always, research visa requirements and application processes before the journey. Always carry proper identification and travel documents. Avoid unofficial crossings and adhere to local laws. While on the trip, stay updated on security advisories and geopolitical conditions. Respect cultural and environmental sensitivities at each border. Borders symbolize both separation and connection, representing the complexity of human relationships and geopolitical realities. Understanding the history and current dynamics of these borders enhances the travel experience and fosters a deeper appreciation of the world's diversity. Whether navigating heavily guarded crossings or seamless Schengen borders, being informed and respectful ensures a safe and enriching journey. Thanks for watching and safe journey when next you are crossing international borders, either via land, sea, or by air. If you found this review insightful or have a passion for exploring global and regional circumstances and destinations, we encourage you to check out our channel and playlists. Dive into our Insight playlist for in-depth reviews of popular locations and experiences. We're confident you'll find valuable takeaways to inspire your next adventure. Thank you for your continued support.